In the previous lectures, we talked about final accounts of non-corporate entities. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about final accounts of not-for-profit organization, which is also known as NPO. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about the meaning of not-for-profit organization, what are the features of NPO, what is the difference between profit organization and not-for-profit organization, the accounts which are prepared by NPOs, that is receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So before we proceed further, let me first explain you the meaning and concept of not-for-profit organization. Not-for-profit organization, which is also known as NPOs, are those organizations whose objective is not to earn profit but to render services to its members and to the society. The examples of such NPOs are educational institutions like schools, college, universities, professional institutes or associations like medical councils, bar councils, accounting bodies such as Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, charitable institutions like hospitals and other healthcare centers, welfare associations like RWAs, teacher organizations, cultural institutions like art galleries, libraries, club, social clubs, sports club, entertainment or recreation clubs. So these are the examples of the NPOs. The features of NPO are: the main objective of NPO is to provide service. NPOs give service either free of cost or at a very nominal cost. The main objective of the NPO is not for profit. So basically NPOs, they are meant not for earning the profit, they are there to provide the services at free of cost or at a very nominal cost. Normally the NPOs do not undertake business or trading such as purchase and sale of goods. So NPOs are not involved in the selling or buying of goods. Their transactions are mainly cash transaction. They do not have credit transaction, or credit transactions are very few or nil. As they do not undertake trading activities, the NPOs do not prepare trading account and profit and loss account as we have done in the case of non-corporate entities. Their transactions are mainly cash transactions and they do not have this credit transactions. Now, what is the difference between profit-making organizations and non-profit organizations, which is also known as NPOs? The first difference between the profit-making and non-profit organization is that profit-making organizations are formed for the purpose of buying and selling of goods, whereas the NPOs are formed for the purpose of providing social services. The main objective of profit-making organization is to earn profit, whereas the main objective of NPOs is not to earn profit. Profit may be there, but their main objective is not to earn profit. The transactions in the profit-making organization are both, that is cash transactions and as well as credit transactions. But in non-profit organization, that is in NPOs, most of the transactions are cash transactions and only few transactions are on a credit basis, or nil transactions are there of a credit basis. The net results of the activities of such an activity is known as either profit or loss. As we have done in the previous lecture, that final accounts, by preparing the final accounts of non-corporate entities, we calculate either profit or loss. But in the NPO, non-profit organization, the net result is known either as a surplus or deficit. The accounts which are maintained by the profit-making organizations are manufacturing account. If the entity is involved in the manufacturing of a product, then manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. The accounts which are prepared by the non-profit organizations are: the first account is receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So these three accounts are prepared by the NPOs. So these are the accounts which are prepared by the NPO. That is, the first account which they prepare is receipt and payment account, which is very similar to the cash book. The second account which they prepare is income and expenditure account, which is similar to profit and loss account, and the third one is balance sheet. Let's first discuss the account which is prepared by the NPOs is receipt and payment account. Receipt and payment account is a real account in nature. It is prepared on a cash basis of accounting. There are two bases of accounting. One is cash basis and one is accrual basis of accounting. So this receipt and payment account is prepared on a cash basis. That means all those transactions which are on a cash basis are to be recorded in the receipt and payment account. A receipt and payment account is a summary of all the cash and bank transactions. It is similar to the cash book and it contains all type of receipts on the debit side and payment on the credit side. That means all the items which are related to the receipts are to be recorded on the debit side of this account, and all the payments are to be recorded on the credit side of this account. This account, this receipt and payment account, is prepared at the end of the accounting period, and it begins with the opening balance of cash and bank on the debit side of this account, that is receipt and payment account. And if there is a bank overdraft is given, then this bank overdraft will be shown on the credit side of this receipt and payment account. The next is this receipt and payment account. This record all type of capital or revenue nature items. What is capital and revenue nature items? We have already discussed this in our previous lecture, that capital nature items are those items which are non-recurring in nature. For example, that we have purchased an asset. So this is an example of a capital expenditure. So all the items, whether they are of a capital nature or they are of a revenue nature, are to be recorded in the receipt and payment account. This receipt and payment account record all type of receipts and payments, whether they belong to the current year, previous year or the next year. So without ignoring the fact whether that particular receipt and payment is pertaining to the current year or not, this receipt and payment account records all type of receipts and payment, whether they are of current year or previous year or of the next year. This receipt and payment account, since it is prepared on a cash basis, so all type of cash transactions are recorded in this, and it ignores non-cash items like depreciation and bad debts. So non-cash items are not recorded in receipt and payment account. Like the non-cash item which is depreciation, this is an expense which is never paid in cash. So non-cash items like depreciation and bad debts are not recorded in receipt and payment account. The closing balance of this account is known as cash in hand and cash in bank, and this is shown on the credit side, that is on the payment side of this account. And if there is a bank overdraft, then the closing balance of the bank overdraft is shown on the debit side. Now the second thing which comes to our mind is, what is the difference between cash book and receipt and payment account? The cash book is prepared on the basis of the summary of daily cash transactions, whereas receipt and payment account is prepared on the basis of all the cash transactions that have been occurred during the accounting period. This cash book is written on a daily basis, whereas receipt and payment account is prepared at the end of the accounting period. This cash book is divided into two parts, that is debit side and credit side, whereas receipt and payment account has two sides. The debit side is known as a receipt side, whereas the payment side is known as this credit side is known as a payment side. This preparation of cash book is essential, whereas the preparation of receipt and payment account is not mandatory. This is prepared only by the NPOs. This is the format of the receipt and payment account. As I have told you, this receipt and payment account is prepared in the same manner as we have prepared the cash book. So the left hand side, which is a debit side, is known as a receipt side, and the right hand side, which is a credit side, is known as a payment side. This receipt and payment account is a real account in nature. So all type of receipts, whether they are capital receipts or they are revenue receipts, are to be shown on the debit side of this account, and all type of payments, whether they are of capital payments or revenue payments, are to be shown on the payment side of this account. This receipt and payment account, this begins with the opening balance of cash and bank. As you can see, on the debit side, that is receipt side, it is written to balance BD. BD stands for brought down. So this is the opening balance of cash and bank, which is shown here. After that, subscription. What is subscription? Subscription we are going to discuss in our the upcoming session later on. But subscription is the main income source of income of NPOs. So this is basically a recurring income. So all type of income, whether they are recurring in nature or they are capital receipt, are to be shown in this account. So the main source of income for NPOs is subscription, and it is shown on the receipt side of this account. Whether these income with the subscription is of current year or of previous year or of next year is to be shown in this account. So all type of income, whether previous year, current year or next year, are shown here. The next is entrance fees or admission fees. The fees which is paid at the time of entry is shown on the receipt side. So this is shown here. Then the next is donation, whether the donation is a general donation or it is given for some specific purpose. So both type of donation are shown on the receipt side of this account. The next one is life membership fees, which is paid once in a lifetime. Legacies, sales of sales of office furniture, sale of office equipment. If there is a sale of any asset, that has to be shown on the receipt side. Any interest which is received on any investment or hall rent or any other receipt. So all type of receipts, whether they are capital receipts or they are revenue receipts, are to be shown on the receipt side of this account. Whether they are of current year, next year or previous year, are shown here. As you see on the payment side, that is on the credit side, all type of payments, whether they are of capital nature or revenue nature, are shown here. To start with, the first is opening balance of the bank overdraft. If bank overdraft is given in the question, and it will be shown on the credit side of this account, since it is a liability, and liability always have a credit balance. So the bank overdraft is shown on the credit side of this account. Next is salaries, rent, purchase of books, purchase of sports equipment, purchase of furniture, audit fees, printing and stationery, honorarium, investment, bank charges, postage and telegram, water and electricity, conveyance, repairs and maintenance, and any other expenses. So basically, in this receipt and payment account, you have to include all type of items, whether they are capital in nature or they are revenue in nature, they belongs to current year or not. You have to show all type of receipts and payments subject to they are cash transactions. So by preparing the receipt and payment account, the closing balance is calculated at the end of this account. On the credit side, as you can see, by balance CD. CD stands for carried down, and the closing balance of cash and bank is ascertained. If there is a debit balance, if there is a balancing figure is on the debit side, that is known as a bank overdraft. The next type of account which is prepared by the NPOs is income and expenditure account. An income and expenditure account is a final account, and this account is similar to profit and loss account, which shows the classified summary of revenue incomes, revenue expenses and losses. Here the important thing is this income and expenditure account include only revenue item, whereas receipt and payment account include both the items, whether they are of capital nature or they are of a revenue nature. Income and expenditure account, this includes only those items which are revenue in nature, means revenue incomes, revenue expenses and losses are to be shown in this account only. And by the preparation of this income and expenditure account, surplus or deficit is calculated. In the final accounts, when we prepare the profit and loss account in the which we have discussed in our previous lecture, so in profit and loss account we have calculated the profit or loss. In income and expenditure account, the purpose of preparing this account is to calculate surplus or deficit, and which is ultimately transferred to the capital fund, and this capital fund will be shown in the balance sheet. The features of income and expenditure account, since the purpose of this account, this income and expenditure account, is to find out the profit or loss which is named as surplus or deficit. So this account is nominal account in nature. It is generally prepared from a given receipts and payment account. It is prepared on an accrual basis of accounting. This is very important. This income and expenditure account is prepared on a basis of accrual basis of accounting. I explained you in my previous lecture that there are two bases of accounting. One is cash basis and one is accrual basis of accounting. And this income and expenditure account is prepared on accrual basis of accounting, which states that all type of expenses and all type of incomes which are related with the current year are to be recorded in the current year only, whether they are received, these incomes are received, whether these expenses are paid or not. So all the items which are related with the current year are to be recorded in this account. Items of the capital nature such as purchase of investments, sports equipment, furniture are ignored for this account. So only items which are of recurring in nature are to be recorded in this account. The items which are related with the capital nature, as I have explained you, that the items which are related with the purchase of investment, or if we have purchased some sports equipment and if we have purchased some furniture, all these items are of a capital nature items. Capital nature items means which are non-recurring in nature. So all these items are not recorded in income and expenditure account. This account records only recurring item. That means those items which are recurring in nature are to be recorded in income and expenditure account. For example, salary paid, wages paid, and subscription, which is an income. So all items which are recurring in nature, revenue nature items, are to be recorded in income and expenditure account. It also include non-cash item. Receipt and payment account do not include this non-cash item like depreciation and bad debts, whereas this income and expenditure account, this includes non-cash items as well. If there is a depreciation on any fixed asset given in the question, that has to be shown in the income and expenditure account. If bad debts are given in the question, that has to be shown in the income and expenditure account. It has a closing balance in the form of either surplus or deficit. So the purpose of preparing income and expenditure account is to calculate the surplus or deficit. If the income side exceeds the expenses side, then in that case there will be a surplus, and if it is a reverse case, expenses exceed the income side, that is, in that case there will be a deficit. So this is the format of income and expenditure account. It has again two sides, since it is an account, and all type of accounts have has two sides. One is debit side, which is depicted with the term DR, and the right hand side is known as a credit side, which is depicted with the term CR. As you can see, on the debit side all expenditures are shown, and on the credit side all incomes are shown. Since this income and expenditure account, it is nominal account in nature, and it is prepared on an accrual basis, which states all expenses, all incomes which are related to the current year are to be recorded here, otherwise not. And these accounts involve only those items which are revenue in nature, means all type of recurring incomes, all type of recurring expenses are to be shown in this account. The first item which is shown on the expenditure side is salaries, then printing and stationery, rent, audit fees, honorarium, annual dinner expenses, electricity, telephone expenses, repairs, depreciation, sports material use, or any other expenses. So basically all type of recurring expenses are to be shown on the debit side of this account. We have to ignore capital nature, capital expenditures while preparing this income and expenditure account. On the credit side, that is on income side, the first item is subscription. Subscription, I have explained you, this is the main source of income of NPO. Since it is a main source of income, it is received on a regular basis. If it is received on a regular basis, it is a recurring item. It is recurring in nature. So all items which are recurring in nature are to be shown in the income and expenditure account. So the first item which is shown here is subscription. Then donation. I'll be explaining you about this specifically, what kind of donations are there, whether they are general or specific. So if it is given in the question, the donation is not meant for some specific purpose. The purpose of donation is not specific. In that case, this will be treated as a general donation, and if it is a general donation, that means this item is recurring in nature. So what you have to see while preparing this income and expenditure account is whether the item is revenue item or not. If it is a capital nature item, definitely it is not going to be shown in this account. So donation, if it is a general donation, entrance fees, only that part which is to be capitalized or which is treated as a revenue item. All these items I will be explaining you in my upcoming lecture in a detail. Life membership fees, only that item which is to be treated as a revenue. Sale of newspaper and sports equipment, interest received, hall rent, contribution from annual dinner or any other receipt. So all type of revenue items are to be shown on the income side of this account. So if income exceed the expenditure side, in that case it will be termed with the name surplus, and if expenditure side exceed income side, it will be denoted with the name deficit. Either there will be a deficit or surplus, and this will be transferred to the capital fund, and this capital fund will be shown on the liability side of a balance sheet. Now, what is the difference between receipt and payment account and income and expenditure account? This receipt and payment account is a classified summary of all the cash and bank transaction, whereas income and expenditure account is a final account which shows the income and expenses and surplus and deficit for a particular period. This receipt and payment account, it records receipts and payments of both the nature, whether they are of capital nature or revenue nature, whereas income and expenditure accounts, it records only those items which are of revenue nature only, which are recurring in nature. This receipt and payment account, it shows receipts and payments which, whether they are related to the current year, previous year or next year, whereas income and expenditure account record only those items which are related with the current year only. Non-cash items like depreciation and bad debts are not recorded in this account, whereas in income and expenditure, non-cash items like depreciation and bad debts are recorded. Receipt and payment account is real account in nature, whereas income and expenditure account is nominal account in nature. This receipt and payment account is prepared in the same manner as we prepare cash book, whereas income and expenditure account is prepared in the same manner as we have prepared profit and loss account. The closing balance of this receipt and payment account is treated as a closing balances of cash and bank, whereas the closing balance of income and expenditure account is denoted with the term either surplus or deficit for the period. The next one is balance sheet. The balance sheet, it is a statement that reveals the financial position of an organization at a particular date. So the balance sheet is prepared on a particular date, so it depicts the financial position of NPOs. The method of preparing the balance sheet of NPO is similar to as we have done in the preparation of balance sheet of a non-corporate entities. This balance sheet is prepared at the end of the accounting period after preparing the income and expenditure account. So basically this balance sheet is prepared after the preparation of income and expenditure account. The first is receipt and payment account, then income and expenditure account. After the preparation of the income and expenditure account, this balance sheet is prepared. This balance sheet shows assets, liabilities and capital fund. Before preparing the balance sheet, the opening balance sheet is also prepared. Before preparing the closing balance sheet, opening balance sheet is prepared. Why this opening balance sheet is required? If capital fund is not given in the question, it is missing, in that case you are supposed to prepare the opening balance sheet as well. So this opening balance sheet shows the balances of all the assets, liabilities, funds, reserves in the beginning of the accounting period. If there are some assets, liabilities, funds, reserves, and the opening balances of all these are given, in that case you are required to prepare the opening balance sheet. And what is the purpose of preparing opening balance sheet is to calculate the capital fund in the beginning of the year. And by preparing this opening balance sheet, the capital fund in the beginning of the year will be calculated, which is ultimately transferred to the closing balance sheet, which will be shown on in that balance sheet. So this is the format of opening balance sheet. On the left hand side, as you know, the format of a balance sheet, which we have already discussed in our previous lecture, that while preparing final accounts of non-corporate entities, the left hand side is liabilities, and this includes all type of liabilities, the balances of liabilities which is given in the question, that is bank overdraft if any, outstanding expenses, advance subscription if it is given in the question. And on the asset side, all type of assets are shown: cash in hand, cash at bank, fixed assets, investment, outstanding subscription, prepaid expenses. The balancing figure of this balance sheet would be depicted with the term capital fund, and this is the capital fund, opening capital fund, which is ultimately transferred to, will be shown in the closing balance sheet. So this is the format of closing balance sheet. On the left hand side, liabilities are shown, and in the liabilities, so all type of liabilities, the capital fund is there. So in the capital fund, we have to add all this if there is a surplus or if there is a deficit. We have calculated surplus and deficit in the income and expenditure account. So if there is a surplus, that means that is a profit, and that is added to the capital fund. And if there is a deficit which we have calculated while preparing the income and expenditure account, that has to be deducted. Then all type of capital receipts are to be added here, whether it is a entrance fees, legacy, or any other item which is of a capital nature item, that has to be added to the capital fund. The other things which are shown on the liability side are building fund. Building fund and sports fund are shown here. So basically building fund or sports fund, these are the just example. All type of specific fund which are received from a person for some specific purpose. For example, I have received a fund for the construction of a building. This is a specific fund. This is received specifically for the construction of a building. So this is our liability, and this will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. So if there is an opening balance given in the question, then that has to be shown here, and then the donation which is specifically received for the construction of a building, that has to be added here. Any expenses which are made out of this fund will be deducted. Similarly, sports fund, if there is a opening balance of the sports fund is given, then if we have made some purchases out of this sports fund, that will be deducted. One more important point here: if we have made this fund, we have invested this fund somewhere else, like we have invested this fund, then this will be treated as an investment, and this will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. At last, on the liability side, all current liabilities are shown. On the asset side, all type of fixed assets are shown, whether it is a building, furniture, or any other sports equipment. All type of current assets are shown, and at last the total of the balance sheet will be tallied. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you.